What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life, baby. You already know how it is. Well, today, guys, I want to bring you guys my Spike Brothers deck. My first deck profile of the standard format. Reason why I built Spike Brothers: one, I'm a huge football fan. Washington Redskins, all day, every day. HTTR, you already know how it is. Secondly, I really enjoy what Bushiro did with this clan, really their rework of the clan and its abilities and how it functions. Because, I know Hell Heart 8 was kind of just like search out your grade zeros, your heal triggers, and try and pump yourself up to get to Hell Heart 8, things like that. And I just wasn't really down with that one-trick pony kind of style, type of play. And I'm not sure if it didn't really do too good around here. I don't know really if people have had like a hell of a lot of success with, but I've never really heard anything good from that. It's like, oh yeah, it catch you by surprise, but that's about it. But I'm not going to speak on that because I wasn't really playing it. But from what I do know from the history of Spikes, they've never really been defense, and I can't rock with a team, football team that doesn't have any defense. And the way they reworked it here, it's like they drafted some defensive players. They reworked their whole mechanic, and now they have a style where you can shift between aggressive play and tempo play and things like that, and they still keep the whole Spike Brothers theme of powerful and mean, heavy hitting, so to speak. And I really enjoy what they did with the clan. So decided to pick it up. Aqua Force is just a few weeks away, and I'm going to max rarity that deck. Do not worry, that deck will be max rarity, I promise you. I wanted to play it. I enjoyed this deck. I wanted to get something for standard, and here we go. So let's get on with the deck profile. I was starting out with Coach Gibbs, make a trainer. Coach Gibbs is a legendary Redskins coach, 3-time Super Bowl winner. Your basic, just when something rises on top of it, draw a card. We're playing 8 crit, 4 draw. Of course, the beautiful cheer girl, Marilyn, and 4 heal Tiara. Reason why I'm going with 8-4 mostly is just because it's kind of just a standard lineup, really. It's just pretty good. Hitting your crits is great. I was thinking about experimenting with a 6-6 build, so to speak, or maybe a 7-5, just a little bit more draw in there. But right now, the 8-4 has been working decently. But again, obviously, more testing is going to be done. For grade 1s, taking in 1 copy of the Coca-Cola Bear. I usually call him Rob Gronkowski. But what he is if you have 4 more rear guards, he gets 10k power, so he's 18k base. So to me, he's more of like an emergency type of attacker, or he's just a vanilla 8k booster. My little brother mains Kagero right now until Narukami comes out, obviously, because Narukami's his favorite clan. Generally in the Kagero matchup, which is actually very, very popular in the Washington, D.C. area, and Maryland, D.C., Virginia, whatever, and Kagero is just there burning up your field. People are taking out things, so I would rather, his ability is not active a hell of a lot of the time, but he's there. I'm thinking about teching in over him Cheer Girl Franny, just to see how she works out, get some counter charge, and draw going. And I know some people have been talking about I thought about Siggy's wall for a second, but you do got to wait a turn for his ability to go off, even if he is just a grade 3. So we'll see. Again, more testing needs to be done. For Gary Gannon. Gary Gannon is an amazing pressure card, one of the best cards in this deck. When he boosts an attack, he hit a Vanguard, put him into the soul, draw 2, send a card to the bottom of your deck, get your triggers circulating back into your deck, because you will be shuffling your deck consistently throughout the game. But he's very good on pressure card. A lot of people do not like to let him hit, but sometimes it's like, well, if I go second and I ride a grade 1, if I'm able to drop him behind my Vanguard, it's like, well, I know you want this damage for Berserk Dragon, I know you want this damage for Dandy Mario when Grand Blue drops, something like that. So, you know, generally they want that damage. So I'm going to do that for them. But I'm going to get my filter. And a lot of times you're kind of just filtering so you can see certain pieces, especially if you know you need to find like a Jugs, for, you know, a Jugs, or definitely finding a Safe Read to ride. Really good filter card. Gyro Slinger, I'm not a big fan of his, but we're playing 4 just to, you know, keep up that number of 4. What he does, you throw a card, when you call him out, you throw a card from your hand to the soul, and you look at the top of your deck equal to your Vanguard's grade, and you call one out, the rest go to the bottom. I don't really like him because they have to sacrifice a card from hand, but you know, if your hand is poop, or if you play against Kagero, you just need to have a chance at building up a field some way. You know, he's a free non-counterblast option to do that, even if you are sacrificing a card from your hand. Sometimes, you know, but if you have like a spike bouncer in hand or something like that, then, you know, you go ahead, toss him in, and do what you need to do. But yeah, not really too high on him, but I'm trying to work on actually involving him more in my offense, you know, see where it goes from there. 4 copies of Wonder Boy. I call him Julian Edelman, another Patriots wide receiver. I'm not a Patriots fan, but they have 2 good, you know, really good wide receiver players. But what he is he's just a grade 1, really important. Main phase, at the beginning of your main phase, he goes into your soul and you can call another one out. When you do call him out, you put a card from the bottom, from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck that's a non-grade 1, and then he gets 5k. What you want to do is, like, if you're going to be using like Bracky or Jugs, call him and you're planning on calling him out, use his ability first. Or if you're going to use Bracky and Jugs, use his ability first always to put that trigger to the bottom of the deck, or another copy of Bracky and or Jugs or whatever it is, bottom of your deck. Then then you use his ability to do that, get 5k. Then use their abilities to call out so you can get the trigger and whatnot, searching, circulating through your deck, or get the Bracky and Jugs, that you need to put in your deck so you can actually have one in case they're all out. 4 Black Panthers. Really solid card. I love seeing him late game more than anything. Soul Blast 1 to get 5k. Soul Blast 1 to get 5k or 15. If he gets 15k, he goes into the soul at the end of his attack. Really great for late game pushes. I love saving him for the later game. I like to see Bracky early and then Panther late game, because Panther's a 25k beater if he uses 15k skill. So definitely a strong card. Really good. That's why I max him out at 4. He's just too good not to. And I love to see him. 4 Bracky. Bracky just on place, get 10k. And then at the beginning of your main phase, throw him in the soul, call another copy of himself out. Simple, quick hitter, really good to rip off of a Spike Bouncer. Now, Spike Bouncer is a card that I have a love-hate relationship with, kind of like Gyro Slinger. So, on ride or on place, rather just on place on Vanguard or rear, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Look at the amount of cards from the top of your deck equal to your Vanguard's grade. Call one out to board. So he builds up a field. Nice. But he doesn't gain any power. He just builds up a field. His other ability is at the end of his attack, at the end of this card's attack, you can Counterblast 1, throw him into the soul, and draw a card. You rarely ever use his ability. I usually use his ability if I'm on Jugs and I need to get to Safe Read as fast as possible. So I would use his ability to build up a field, then use it again to, draw a card, hopefully to draw into a Safe Read or something like that. So I really only use that draw skill if I'm desperate for, some hand just to see a card for defense or something like that. Other than that, I usually just use him just to build a field, or he's perfect guard fodder, or I use him for guarding or Gyro Slinger. So, yeah. But again, between him and Gyro Slinger, I'm trying to find that medium of really trying to involve them in my offense. 4 copies of Jugs. Jugs is literally just a grade 3 Bracky. Call him out, he gets 10k. Ride him, you get your force marker, and he gets 10k. And then you shove him into the soul at the beginning of your main phase. Call another copy of him out. And then we have the quarterback. For right now, he's Alex Smith. But Safe Read. So Safe Read is a really, really good card. So what he does is Counterblast 1, throw a card into the soul, grab the same copy of that card out, then Safe Read and that card, get plus 10k power. Cool thing is, this ability is not once per turn. His other ability is if he hits a Vanguard or a Rearguard, doesn't matter. So it's like Perfect Riser. Soul Blast 2, restand one of your rear guards, blow up one of their rear guards. Really, really nice pressuring Vanguard. Your rear guards already hit for huge numbers. Your Vanguard hits for a decent number. And it's all good. Now, here's the thing. Obviously you get your Force Gift, right? Get your Force Gift. Now, here's the thing. I've been talking with Living Proof's Discord. Really good. He's basically a Spike Brother YouTuber in a sense. Really good. Focuses a lot on Spike Brothers with his content. Really good for advice there. Kind of like I do with Aquaforce in a way, but for Spikes. So what they were talking about was putting your Force Marker on your Vanguard Circle so that Save Freed on your offense is the base 23 because you're going to have your Bracky at 20k, you have your Jugs at 23. If you use Save Freed's ability, 30k Bracky, 33k Jugs, or 20k Panther, and Panther would be 35 with his 15k ability, 25 if you didn't use Save Freed's ability. So it's just a numbers game that you're doing with that. But my thing is with Save Freed is like in the Protect matchup, from what I've been testing, against OTT in on area, like against Grand Blue, whatnot, he rarely hits. And even even playtesting against other clans, people perfect guard him into no end. And my thing is that I treat him as if he's just like a quarterback. He's not there to try and rush through and hit everything, do that. He's there to dish the ball out, call the plays, dish the ball out, get everybody information tag. And that's pretty much why I prefer to put my Force Marker on the Rearguard Circle. So I have like that 40k Bracky, that 43k Juggernaut, something like that. And I can swing with my Rearguard. Then I can swing with him, and I can either attack a Rearguard or a Vanguard, depending on my attack pattern. If I attack a Rearguard, they're most likely to let him hit. And if he hits, that means I get to kill 2 of their Rearguards, restand 1 of mine, and then, you get into trigger application if you hit one. But then they have to deal with another huge 30k plus swing, and then my finishing column, then, like my bigger, maybe 40k column or something, 40k plus column, something like that. But my point is that the reason why I swing at rears is because a lot of time he's going to get blocked if he attacks a Vanguard. Unless they're at 5 damage, sure. Just depending on the attack pattern or what I want to go for. If I'm sure that I can really kind of close out the game with what I have, then yeah, I'll probably attack his Vanguard with it. But a lot of times, Save Free is probably going to be around 23, 31 with an AK boost. If I use Wonder Boy, he'll be around 36k. And if I swing at a Rearguard, they're more likely not to guard a Rearguard than they will their Vanguard in situations. And by letting them hit the Rearguard, I can restand and I can get 2 more powerful attacks at the Vanguard rather than get blocked with 1. And then then it's like, well, they're either going to take this big attack or they're going to block this big attack, and they're going to have they're still going to have rear guards out. But I found a Protect matchup, you reduce their board, you reduce the pressure that they put on, then you swing at them with your 2 big columns. It's like, well, that's just more pressure, that's just more cards that you're knocking out of their hand. And so that's what I found, playing with this matchup. I'm going to be experimenting more with putting my Force Mark on my Vanguard Circle, because, Save Freed is our most consistent pressurizing card because of his on-hit ability. But again, what I found at the same time is that, you treat it, him, he's just, Save Freed's just the field general. He's just there to call the plays, to read the defense, and to make your rear guards shine. So that's kind of the approach that I'm going with Save Freed. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's the deck profile. Hopefully I can come at you guys with some IRL matches. I'm going to have to just, start recording at locals a lot more. But yeah, Aquaforce is coming out soon. I will be max raring that deck, so don't worry. We will have plenty of Aquaforce to talk about soon. I'll always stay tuned for live streams. I'm going to start scheduling my live streams, because I don't know, how I'm not really on the schedule right now, but I'm gonna try and schedule live streams for when I'm going to do them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cardfight King, Aqua Life baby, Redskins all day every day, HTTR, and we out.